Action.
Because Kent wants to talk about it now.
But according to the Book of Nod, basically it started out as the whole Genesis story. It started as the Genesis story, and eventually the whole Cain-Abel crap. But after Cain killed Abel, he was thrown out, cast to wander the world, and one at a time, 3 angels came to him.
Psst, how do you zoom?
I don't know. It doesn't zoom on my camera.
Poop.
And
okay.
Each of the 3 angels gave him one curse. One was that the sunlight would burn him. One would be that he had to drink the blood of the living, and the other one was like, I think it was something about being of the grave, basically being all pale and dead. And that made him a vampire. Now that made him a vampire with all the powerful perks like disciplines. What eventually happened is he wandered around and he found Lilith. Now, like I said, there were several theories about what Lilith was. One was that she was a really powerful form of head mage. Another one that she was an early form of mage. Another one that she was another one of the first gen vampires. But in any case, and there was actually some sort of Jewish mythology thing that she was the original wife of Adam, but refused to bow to him and God. So she was thrown out of the Garden of Eden. And so in the world Dark Sunlight, she was also cursed by God. But she developed her own powers. And she taught Cain all the original powers, such as obfuscate, potent, celerity, protein, fortitude, all that type of crap. She taught him all the original powers. And eventually Cain learned all the disciplines from her and learned several powers from her. But eventually, I can't remember exactly how this went, but Cain either abandoned her or fought her. He did something where he somehow threw her down from power, or at least kicked her out of the limelight. Later on, Cain discovered several other people, including this person called the Crone, who's suspected to be yet another first-generation vampire. And the power of blood bond was discovered then, because she bloodbound Cain to her. This is also where the whole thing of staking came into mind, because even though he was serving her, he eventually managed to craft a stake and drive it into her heart. Which after that, I believe he destroyed her. After a while, Cain wandered around some more, because he was king, that's what he did. He found the city of Enoch, which was a mortal city ruled by the king of that city, also called Enoch. That's what Cain sired the first, second generation, which was Enoch. Eventually, he sired 2 others. Enoch was, I believe, Enoch the Brave, and there was Ziliad the Wise, and something the Strong. I can't remember what his name was, but... And those 3 eventually sired the 3rd generation, which were the 13 antediluvians, which are suspected that there were also other antediluvians who never formed clans. The original clans would have been the Bruja, the Gangrel, Malkavian, Nosferatu, Tremere. No, not Tremere. Instead of Tremere, would have been the Salat, the Toreador, the Ventru, the Cappadocian, the Asmites, the Setites, the Sombra, Ravnos, and shit.
Who's got the book?
It's right there.
Just flip through it, and it should be in the Independence, whatever he hasn't named.
No, the Independence. There's the Asmites, the Setites, the Cappadocians, the Ravnos, the Sombra, the Temitsi, the Ventru, the Toreador, the Salubri, the Bruja, the Nosferatu, the Malkavians,
Gangrel,
and the Gangrel. That was the 13 original clans. Currently, the 13 original clans exist, except for the Cappadocians and the Salubri, which were replaced by the Giovanni and the Tremere, respectively. But the 13 antediluvians formed their own clans. Now, it's unclear as to when exactly these clans got their generic actual features of each clan, but for the most part, each clan weakness was thought to have been cursed by Cain, because the 3rd generation at some point rose up in Enoch and fought the 2nd generation, wanting their own power, often killing their own founders. One of which was the Nosferatu antediluvian Absimilard, who hated his sire because she was far more beautiful than he was, so he destroyed her, and Cain cursed him with the horrible, disfiguring fugliness that he has. And his entire clan possessed that. Toreador was cursed because she drew a picture of the future, which I believe was, or at least that's what some of the Toreador claimed. This may not be the true legend because I don't remember reading it in the Book of Nod. But apparently it was some sort of future. It was a picture of the future, and so I would assume that Cain did not like this picture, probably foretold the destruction of Cain or his empire or something along those lines. So Cain cursed the Toreadors of
William
trance.
did that.